Well, hi again, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Litter Media Live. And today we're going to talk about the New York City Marathon, also the Buck 50, and many other things, too. So stick with us. I'll introduce our guests in just a moment. Our interview today brought to you by our friends at Tomlinson Insurance Agency.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When insuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
The lovely ladies to my left immediately, Shonna Phillips and also Jamie Elliott. They are running this weekend for the Buck 50, but also getting ready to run the New York City Marathon in November. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
We want to, first let's talk about the reason that you're running. And let's talk about your team and everything, because you've got another teammate running with you as well.
Yes, we're running the Buck 50 today as the St. Jude Heroes. I've been a St. Jude Hero since 2007, and I formed this team to help MAID and also to raise awareness for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Mm-hmm. And of course, like we say, today is the immediate run for you because everything steps off at 1 o'clock this afternoon for the Buck 50. But in preparation for the marathon, you've still got some time.
Yes, we have. It's November 3rd.
November 3rd. Okay, so early November is when we'll be expecting this. And we'll have kind of the similar weather to what you have today to run in November, I would think.
I hope so.
Yeah, because this is the type of running weather you want to have, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yes.
A little overcast,
Yes.
a little cool, no rain. Yes.
Right. Jamie's been with us before talking about her running exploits with I think it was a 5K that you ran a couple of years ago.
I sponsored a 5K for Fight Like a Kid for St. Jude.
Right. And Shonna, were you running at that time?
Not for this cause.
Yeah.
I just recently came on with Jamie to run the New York Marathon. Mm-hmm. She inspired me to join, to raise awareness and fundraise. So I'm really looking forward to it. Should be exciting.
She is a national ambassador, which means that you're also probably hard to say no to.
Yes.
That's why I'm a national ambassador.
She's very encouraging. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned in 2007, you are closing in on a goal here that it's going to be a landmark fundraising position.
Yes. Over the years, I've run many events as a St. Jude Hero, and I am $9,000 away from a $200,000 mark. So my daughter was a patient at St. Jude. She was diagnosed with bone cancer in 2005, and so she brought me to this cause, and I just embraced it, and I try and help out because I know how other mothers feel. $
200,000 though. That's. Are you pinching yourself? I mean, that's pretty cool.
It really sneaks up on you. The average donation is probably like $25, and every little bit counts. No amount is too small, and it adds up, obviously, because here we are at almost $200,000.
That's incredible. And I was focusing on the goal there, but your daughter and being a part of the St. Jude family, seeing the commercials that we see when they're doing their fundraising efforts, the story is just fantastic, what they do there.
Well, and it's what you see is real. No patient ever receives a bill for their treatment. They supply housing and they pay for travel to the hospital. And the treatment is unbelievable. If they don't know what to do, they come up with something. As in the case of my daughter, they told me, we'll put together a treatment plan and we can hope it works. And here she is 19 years after her diagnosis, and she lives in Nashville. She has a lovely life and a family down there.
Fantastic. Happy to hear that. Now, of course, as we look at this, Shonna, you no doubt were brought into this by Jamie's efforts, but you're close to it, being the medical field and everything. You know what that's like, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I know how important it is to have resources, information available, funds, just, the whole plethora of what it takes. And as a mother, I can empathize and sympathize with others, and my heart is in it. Yeah, for St. Jude.
Now, as we mentioned, we got Keenan involved as well. Keenan Montgomery was in here not long ago talking about some of the running efforts on Monday nights that they do. And you're all raising money. So how are your campaigns going?
Well, we have committed levels that we have to raise. We're having multiple fundraisers throughout this year. We're going to have potentially a scavenger hunt through Chillicothe, an 80s dance party. We're going to have a event at the Adelphi.
Alibi's Bar and Grill in Adelphi. Okay. A 50-50 silent auction.
We'll have some raffles. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We have a raffle going now for a queen-size quilt, a Yeti tumbler, a Yeti cooler, a few Amazon gift cards, and we'll be selling those tickets. And once we sell 200, there'll be a drawing. And there's a great lake. Oh, can you talk about that?
Oh, Lake Erie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend that has a charter, a fishing charter out of Geneva. And he has donated a day of fishing worth like $900. And I think that will be part of a silent auction that we will do.
Fantastic. Yeah. So you anglers out there, you want to make sure you participate in that. Right. How can people get tickets and how can they get more details about what you're doing for the fundraising?
Shonna and Keenan and I are all on Facebook, and we'll be selling the raffle tickets, and we'll also post events on Facebook. So pretty much Facebook is our main contact, as it is for everything.
And if you'd like to know more about St. Jude Heroes, we've got the link to their Facebook page in this post, so you'll be able to learn more there as well.
Yes.
Talk about the preparation for running a marathon. The furthest I've ever participated has been a 5K. So I know the little small stages you have for a 5K, but you're magnifying that by 5 with a marathon.
Well, as with anything, you can't just go out and run 26.2 miles. You kind of build on it. It takes weeks and weeks. The work is in the training, and the celebration is the 26.2 miles. But one day you'll have a long run that's 9 miles, and you'll be dreading it. And then a couple weeks later, your short run is 9 miles, and you say, thank God my short run is only 9 miles. So it's kind of a brain game. Yeah. And the same with the fundraising, is you just have to take it little by little until you get to the goal.
And getting into the New York City Marathon, you mentioned there are 3 ways to do so.
Yes. You can qualify by time at a qualifying race. There's a lottery that you can get in, and then there's charitable events.
There's numerous charities that run for the New York Marathon, and at the end of the lottery, they're allotted so many spaces. The St. Jude Heroes program was allotted 150 spaces, and when the opening came, those 150 spots filled up in 27 minutes.
Incredible.
Yeah, and there's like 400 people on the waiting list.
Yeah. And so you're fortunate to be in.
Very, very fortunate.
This time around.
I was supposed to do the New York Marathon in 2020, and it was virtual. So I ended up running 5 laps around Chillicothe. And I had some support from my friends, and every lap they had a sign that said a different borough of New York. So this is kind of the culmination of a goal that I've had for a number of years. So I think once I'm done this New York Marathon, I'm hanging up my running shoes.
No, I'm intrigued. So where was Brooklyn? Where was Queens?
It was all at the pump house.
Oh, is that right?
I started at the pump house, did a 6-mile loop till I was done, and they had their signs up.
Oh, neat. I like that. Have you both been to New York before?
Yes.
I haven't been for years, but Shonna goes frequently.
Yeah, my favorite city.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've not been there since 2005, so it's been a while. Maybe we'll make a trip out in November. Take
Why
along
don't
the
you come out and do a story on us?
Yeah. Because I can't run it, I know that much, but maybe we could make a quick jaunt over to New York to check it out. But today you're going to be running in the Buck 50, and I know you've got sponsors involved, a lot of teamwork there to put something together. Is it just the three of you running, or do you have more in your team for today?
Yeah, well, we have a team of 10 and a driver. So my son and his wife and a couple of their friends, a couple of my friends, and a couple of strangers. So it's going to be so much fun. We have on board, thank you to Dr. Cohen and the Kingston National Bank as our sponsors. We really appreciate you.
Yeah. And having those strangers, you don't care about the strangers. As long as they knock 15 miles a piece out, you're good, right?
Absolutely. Right. And the two that we have are wonderful, fast runners. They're probably going to bring us old ladies up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Support us.
This old lady, not her.
So who's running the trails?
My son and one of their friends, Jake Elliott and Pam Walheed.
Okay. I was looking through the booklet that Dave Huggins gave me the other day, and the one where you have elevation of 1,200 feet and everything, I'm like, that's got to be a chore, really.
Well, thanks for scaring us.
Well, if they're running the trails, you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah. I think none of it's easy, but it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Anything worth doing, anything that's hard isn't worth doing. What am I saying?
Is worth doing.
Yes, it's worth doing.
Yes.
I've always heard the harder the battle, the greater the victory.
Absolutely.
So it might be kind of cool. Have you run in the Buck 50 before?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And how many have you run in?
This is my third. I did the one virtual, and I've also done the Bourbon Chase. So the relay races are very interesting. And when you're in the middle of them, you're like, what have I done?
Right. There will be that moment at like 2:30 in the morning or 3:30. Heck, it could be 7 o'clock on Saturday morning. You're still kind of asking yourself, I'm crazy, yes or no. So thank you.
Sean and I both have links to donate for us, and those will be on our vans. So if you see the St. Jude vans driving by, there'll be a link to donate.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for coming in and sharing with us today. We wish you well with your efforts, not only this weekend, but in preparing for what's coming in November as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Sure.
Thank you.
And again, if you think about what you're doing here today, go to the link that's in this post and find out more about St. Jude Heroes and how you can be an assistant as well. Shonna Phillips, Jamie Elliott, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for watching this edition of Litter Media Live.